Yeah, so the very first question that I would want to ask you is, could you tell us about your educational and professional background before we dig deeper into what SONAH does and what you do there?
Yeah, so I best start at the beginning. So actually, my professional career started in school when I was kind of a problem student, and my parents decided to initiate a robotics club at my school. So to give me something to do and not to annoy the teachers. And yeah, then I got very intuitively started on programming and engineering robots. Then I had my first internship at a software company at age 12, where basically in the hardware department plugged some cables and stuff like that. And yeah, after that, with 14, I had my first TV job at this software company, basically writing Visual Basic for automation scripts that then took sick leave emails and put them in the Outlook calendar for everybody to see when the person was going to be sick. And
And you did that at age 14.
yeah, I got a little help from my dad. It was actually the company where my dad worked, so it's not his company. And I think I really had to deliver something. I hope he didn't just cover for me all the time. But from my personal point of view, yeah, I did write that. It was not too complicated, and I had a lot of time for that. It was some regular expressions and stuff like that, and I've already forgotten everything about regular expressions by now. But then I was able to do it. Yeah, and in the meantime, I was still doing those robotics competition, and we got somewhat internationally successful when I was around 16. We went to one European Championship in Zurich, which was a very pivotal moment. And afterwards, we kind of got too old for some of the competitions, me and the team. So we started teaching other people, other students, to become new parts of this educational mission. And then teaching became my passion. And then we actually I went as a coach, as a teacher to a world final where my team took third place worldwide, which was a very proud moment, even still being a school student, but also being a teacher somehow at the same time. Yeah, and then after my well, Germany it's called gymnasium. I think high school is the equivalent in
Yeah.
English. And after that, I directly went to study mechanical engineering at RWTH Aachen. And I have to confess, I was a really bad student. I didn't really get along with sitting in a big room listening for 2 hours. So I didn't really succeed at studying. But I found a very nice job at an institute, actually through one university project where I was recognized by, I don't know, the professor. And then he asked me to join this his department. And there we did education also for kids with robotics and programming. Basically the same thing I was doing before, but this time for money, which was really nice. So
Which institute was this?
it is the IFU Institute of the University of Aachen. It's a mechanical engineering institute for cybernetics in
Ah, okay.
mechanical engineering.
Cybernetic.
Yeah, company cybernetics, I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and they had a robotics laboratory where I worked as a teacher and also designing courses for students. For example, one thing I'm very proud about is a course for blind people, how to program and build robots, which I developed. Yeah, and those were 3 very lucky years where I didn't study too much, actually. And after that, even the same institute launched a startup competition, which took a lot of time. So 1 year was the whole competition time frame. And with some of my friends, I joined the competition and we made a team and wrote a digital assistant for new students, basically telling them where in which building is going to be your lecture, how do you get there, by bike, by bus, automatically scheduling when to take it, how to be there. So making the life of a student easier. And yeah, we did make second place at that competition. And the first place was actually a small idea called SONAH. So
Ah,
afterwards, I tried to make a company out of my idea, which failed. But I was approached all the time by the founders of SONAH to join their team. And after my company failed, I switched basically to SONAH. Also took some of my teammates with me. And yeah, since then I've been like the first still remaining employee at SONAH. And after some time, I made my mark. For example, first 3 weeks, I built a new sensor prototype, which is kind of still deployed today. And yeah, I said I want to do a little bit more. I want to be one of the executives. And that's how I became a stakeholder and one of the 4 executives now.
Okay, that's an interesting journey. So you started with doing robotics as hobby projects. You participated in competitions and also won numerous accolades there, and then that inspired you to do mechanical engineering at RWTH Aachen. And after that, you got opportunities in research, applying what you did in your robotics projects before. And slowly and slowly you are now at SONAH
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, yeah. So
Funny
tell us
thing
about.
is,
Yeah, please.
yeah, funny thing is that I didn't have I don't know a hiring meeting. I think since I was 14. So I think I had the last one when I was 14 and was hired as a Hiwi. And since then, I have just been asked to work for someone. So I didn't have the pressure to be in a hiring meeting and being questions and everything. I got around that.
Okay, okay, interesting.